Good day. I'm Belinda Montgomery, and I'm applying to be the Senior Director of Development with Marathon Kids. A little bit about me. I was born and raised in Austin, and I'm a 7th-generation Austinite. My daughters and I still live in South Austin and love doing yoga together, and I enjoy walking our dog Bowser together. Lifelong wellness is important to me. I have extremely fond memories of my PE class with Mr. Sellers at Travis Heights Elementary. We came out and ran the track behind the school every day. It was my favorite time of day. This dirt track is part of the path through Stacy Park, which has a wading pool, Little Stacy at one end, and a full-size pool, Big Stacy, at the other end. I learned to swim in these pools. I grew up to be a lifeguard and coach the swim team there. And now my children, who swam on the swim team there when they were little, have grown up and are now lifeguards and coaches there and will be coaches there this summer. Fostering wellness for ourselves makes us stronger when illness does come. I'm also really enjoying being around people and hearing their stories, and I'm not shy or embarrassed to ask for money. Question number 1. Describe your experience in cultivating and soliciting major gifts from individuals and foundations. What strategies do you find most effective in building long-term relationships? I've had the privilege of serving in these fundraising roles for many nonprofits. Many of these organizations did not have formalized fundraising structures, so I was able to lean on my experience as the chair of Coach for Kids and other roles and create educational programs for volunteers, put protocols into place that they still use going forward. As a member of the board of directors with several organizations, we spent time listening to potential donors to curate their experience. This helped to promote longevity of the relationships as well as strengthen the understanding of the impact of their contributions. Coats for Kids is a project of the Junior League of Austin with equal partners with Jack Brown Cleaners, KVUE, and iHeartRadio. These relationships were long-standing, but at times the stakeholders of the organizations would change and we would need to reestablish partnership and relationship. I spent much of my time listening to see how we could rejuvenate our purpose and make each partner feel recognized. This allowed me to revisit participation in the past and recall if each part was equally beneficial. These opportunities for review provided parts of the program to fall away and new passion to come in. New items were started, and these were the community fair that took place at Palmer Event Center alongside the coat distribution day, second sites to deliver coats at schools, and now the current model that was implemented during COVID, that all the coats are now being delivered to the schools. When I was on the Strong Start board, which is now part of SAFE, we offered opportunities for donors to come and see our programs in action with videos and Children's Day programs and tours of the facility quarterly. As a small business owner, I've had to seek out business for myself. And the model for business is different from nonprofit, but the consistent management of relationships is the same. I have a strong social media presence, and my friends have referred to me as the mayor of South Austin because I know so many people. One of the things that make engagement special with me is that when I'm engaging with potential clients or donors, I bake items to share with them. These are homemade items, usually their favorite, because I have a way of remembering these details. Long-term relationships are best cultivated when doing more listening than talking. It is much easier to foster an ongoing relationship after establishing common ground and offering meaningful opportunities for involvement. Question number 2. What is your experience with grant writing and securing funding from government agencies and private foundations? Share an example of a successful grant writing proposal that you developed. The nonprofits I have been a part of have had ongoing grants that were maintained by other members of the board. Personally, I have written one grant for a place-based renovation for my children's elementary school. When the timing of the grant did not align with the project timeline, I changed tactics and created a capital campaign to raise the funds. I met with stakeholders in the school and in our community. I was able to raise the funds needed to secure the first phase of the project within 6 weeks. I cold called Dr. Frost, the place-based professor at UT, and asked for his guidance for the project. He directed me to the best practices, and I followed them to the letter. The principal of the school gave me information about how to get a playscape from the manufacturer the first time they machine it at a dramatically reduced rate. I secured the play space structure, recruited a team of volunteers who were seasoned in construction, welding, surveying, and concrete work to help us install it. Parent volunteers did the heavy lifting and brought the brawn to get all of the kitty mulch in place to get it ready to play. I repeated this 2 more times in other areas of the playground, and the result was an asbestos-free space with appropriate fall zones and a great place to play. Additionally, I've improved my grant writing readiness by spending the last 1.5 years in writing classes. Question number 3. Marathon Kids is committed to promoting health and wellness among children. How would you incorporate this focus into your development strategies and donor communications? I have spent my career as a physical therapist assistant and patient advocate promoting health and wellness in our community. I think the easiest way to incorporate health and wellness into the Marathon Kids development strategies is to model a lifestyle that follows the mission of transforming lives through running. Sponsoring neighborhood field days along the eastern crescent of Austin and having farmers markets and food banks there to share food and education. This education from food and organizations could be shared with recipes and food tips and donor communications with a pick of the season section in the newsletter. Partnering with Central Health to offer them sponsorship opportunities at our events if we can hold a field day or other event at their events. It is best to bring education and activities to the areas of town where the people need the most rather than doing activities in a central location. We encourage donor organizations to do a drinking water or movement challenge for a period of time for a naming opportunity at an event for the winter. I could also create fun mailers for donors' children and grandchildren, highlighting the items we spoke about earlier, but in an age-appropriate and fun way. With the high heat coming soon, education about alternative workouts that can be done indoors, or reminders of hydration and times of day best suited for exercise would also be things to be included in communications. Question number 4. The salary range for this position is $85,000 to $95,000. How does this figure meet your needs? I've evaluated the salary as I have not held this exact position, but I feel like I can make this range work for my family. Thank you so much for your time and consideration.